Hello, welcome to Database Management Systems course for the spring of 2021. My name is Sung Kim, and I am going to be your instructor for this course. This is the lecture, video lecture for the week number 1, and I'm going to share with you today what you need to know to get the course started, and what you need to know to get the first 2 weeks of assignments done correctly. So I am sharing with you the screen from Blackboard. So once you sign into Blackboard, you will have all these items available for you. I presume that being a computer science major taking this course, you are familiar with Blackboard, although you may be a transfer student and new to this system, in which case feel free to email me and I'll be happy to go over the details for you. And this being a spring term, I presume that you know a little bit about Blackboard. Otherwise, if there's any questions about technical issues or navigations, do let me know. So let me go over some basic layouts here. So here you will find, well, first of all, here's a series of announcements that were out there for you. So you should have gotten all of them. And there's also a syllabus, and you can download the syllabus here and take a look at it if you like, which I'm going to go over them in a few minutes. You can also click on My Grade to see your up-to-date grade for this course. And I am showing you my view, so your student view may be a little bit different. But anyway, maybe I should go into a student view so you can see how it should look like. So there's the announcements, the syllabus, and instructor information. The best way to get a hold of me is the email. I'm pretty good about responding, so even if I am not able to resolve the issue, I have it on my phone, so I can respond to you, right away and kind of steer you to the right direction. And there is a list of the weekly or biweekly assignments that or information that you want to look at. So for this week, there is all the stuff that you need to have. So I'm going to exit out of the preview and get back out to the regular view that I have, so I can show you stuff. But anyway, if you go to the week 1, there's this will be a typical layout of how the week's going to be. So there's a little bit of this objectives, and all of the instructional material will be posted in the section. Typically, it will have a lesson plan and any other instructions that you may need to know, such as how to install a VirtualBox on your computer. And then as soon as I'm done with my video, it will be posted here for you to view. And then there is going to be a list of the assignments that you need to do. So there is a discussion posting that I'd like you to do for here, and I want to make sure that you have an access to the textbook and the Zybook, which I'm going to talk about also. And then I want you to be able to install, I want you to actually install the VirtualBox, which I'll show you as well. So let me kind of go over the syllabus a little bit. Let me move this guy out and bring the syllabus here for you. Again, this is the database class. I don't know why I said computer science. I think it is offered both from the computer science department as well as other departments as well. But I think they're either cross-listed or, but whatever. This is the class, and it's 16 weeks long. Typically, this is formatted for 8-week intensive course, but this will be the 16-week course beginning this week and ending at on May 8th. Okay, here's some basic information that you need to know: course descriptions, the times that that you should be aware of, and then there is the required textbook. So let me talk a little bit about it. So this is your textbook that I'm going to assign you to use. This is actually a lab manual a textbook. And you're going to be doing some labs from here. So let me see if I can show you how that looks like. So here is the, let me see if I can get to the library. So here's the actual book, and if I go in again, you will see that it is sort of like a lab manual, right? Introduction to SQL architecture, let's say week 4 or the chapter 4. Here's the essential duties, and it gives you, let's say, oops. So it's like activities, right? So almost every chapter will have these activities that you will need to do, and there's a really detailed instruction on how to do that, step by step, and you will just follow the instruction, and they give you the screenshots and whatnot, and then when you get to the end, you're done with that. I will provide a detailed instruction on how to do them. I will tell you if there's any typos and errors, and what kind of screenshots that I want you to provide as a proof that you've done that, right? So, but anyway, that's the textbook, but it's sort of a lab book kind of textbook. I would get the, you can get the paper or PDF, doesn't really matter. Let's see. Then there is what's called a Zybook. And so this is a online lab platform that you need to subscribe. So you can show you how to get there, what it looks like. So here's the Zybook, and let me see if, so when you go to zybooks.com and you register and you sign up for it, and you sign up, I'll show you how to do that. But anyway, you kind of click on here because it has my name and a spring term 2021 with a course name on it. When you come directly into your Introduction to Computer Science book through directly from Zybooks, this is what you should see. You should see the list of chapters. You should have different sections. You can have, and the way this is arranged is it gives you a little bit of information about it, and then ask you to do some participatory activities. And if you randomly say, I don't know, whatever, and you check your answer, of course it's going to give you wrong. But it even shows you, show me the answer, right? Click it again, and this is what it is. So in the beginning of the first several weeks, I'm assigning you mainly the participatory activities, so that on the one hand, you kind of get to know how to use this Zybooks online, but also I want you to kind of understand, get the basics done. So, but later on down the road, once you kind of get used to the Zybooks and the basic concepts, I'm going to assign more of a challenging activities in Zybooks. So that's coming down the road, but this is how it looks. You can do whatever chapters you want or sections you like. Let's see. Then and then let's see, where was I? I think I was doing the syllabus here. So let me get back out to the syllabus. So that's the database, Zybooks. But here, so you do need to register online, and this is how you want to register. And I'll remind you again that when you want to do the Zybook assignments from Blackboard, you want to come from Blackboard into Zybooks, and I'll show you why that's important, what that means. This is all online. This is I organized in bi-weekly format, mainly because I wanted to do the lecture on 1 week, and then the second week is be more of answering questions and stuff like that. So it follows the typical 8-week format, but lumped into 2 weeks into one of them. But this is the basic outline of how it's going to be. There'll be mainly weekly assignments. So this is a hands-on activity-oriented class. There'll be some theories, which I will talk about and then you'll learn. But this is basically hands-on programs. Hands-on class that you'll know how to actually do things. Let's see. Did I mention about the due dates? So due dates, typically I'll give you 2 weeks to do it. And from the date is assigned, and they're usually soft due dates. If you're late a little bit, it's no big deal. The only hard date is the last week of the course. You can't have any more extension because that the class is ending. So naturally there won't be any a 2 week for that assignments beyond the end of the term. But try to stay in sync with the course progress, because you don't want to get behind too much and trying to catch up. So there's other stuff on here that may be useful for you. So read up on it. If there is any special accommodations that you need from me in terms of your disabilities or whatever, then feel free to let me know right away, and then I'll try to work with the departments to make those provisions for you. But here's the syllabus. And then let's go back to, so I talked about that. I talked about the syllabus. And then here's the lesson plan. So when you click on them, this is what you should get. Okay, so let me go over the lesson plan a little bit. Some of them will be a repeat, but I mentioned about these things. I also talked to you about the 2 required, one a textbook and 1 subscription, so you want to take care of that. I mentioned to you about the due dates, and it's kind of helpful. It's sort of necessary for you to have access to a computer with 8 gig RAM. If you have a 4 gig, it'll be sluggish, and I think it's doable, but it could be frustrating. So I just want to be upfront that you do need a good size 8 gig RAM so that you can run. The main reason for that is we're running activities on a SQL server, and we're going to be using a virtual machine. So unless you want to install a SQL the server on your machine itself, I would strongly advise that you're going to need a good memory and good, decent speed. I mentioned to you about the lecture video a little bit, but the lecture videos, I'm not having good luck with the recording on Blackboard Ultra. Sometimes they the videos crash, and they all cracked up, and it's not viewable at times, and so it takes too long to process. And so I'm using a Camtasia on my computer to record and our post on the YouTube video, and we'll provide you a link directly so that I'll have a total control of the video, and you can download them and do whatever you want to do with them. And so I'll do that. And I think there's a limit on the Blackboard for one gig of the size total amount of what I can use, so I don't want to run into that issue. In terms of the discussion board, and so let's kind of go over the stuff that you need to do. I think that's what the remaining stuff is about. So let me put this out on the side, and let me bring up here. So the first thing that I'd like you to do is to introduce yourself in discussion board. So all you got to do is just click on this here. You may want to copy this so that you can remember to answer them, but basically just click on here. When you arrive, you just click on a create thread, and you can say, you can put your name, John Doe, whatever, and then you may just want to do, write them, and you can just, answer them, or you can, as bullet points, or you can just answer them in a prose or whatever you want to do and just submit. I'm not going to submit because I'm not going to, I'm not submitting this. So anyway, that's what you need to do. And so if you go back, I'm going to cancel it out. Let me go back out to week 1. So this one here, I'm asking you to take a picture or screenshot of your textbook, uh, the book that I showed you, and paste it on the Word doc, right? So like for you, let's see here, if this is what you have, then take a screenshot of this. I'm just going to pretend I'm going to do this here. So I'm going to do something like that or whatever, and put it on the Microsoft Word, and then save it, and then come back here and click on here, and then browse a local file and find that Word doc that you saved and just submit. Right? I want to make sure. I mean, it doesn't prove anything, but it does give me a little bit of sense that you actually got the book. So sometimes I hear from students who didn't get a book until like week number 10, and that just is I don't want to hear that, and I think it will be not good for you. So I just want to get the confirmation that you actually got them. It's not worth a lot of points, but I do want to make it an assignment that you actually get it done. Okay. And then same thing for the Zybook access. I do want you to take care of the Zybook access. So basically, I want you to register for this, and then take a screenshot that you actually have registered, and then do the same thing. Save, paste it on the Microsoft Word and save it, and then you just click on this here, and then pull up the file and submit. Okay. Later on, week number 3, when the time comes for you to actually be doing the Zybook assignments, that link will take you directly into Zybook website. And when you do the work in Zybook, your score will be automatically synced into Blackboard's grade. And you can do multiple times. It'll track, it'll keep the highest grade. You can pause and stop and try multiple times, and it's all automatic. I don't do any grading, so that's really convenient for you to be able to do. If you come directly into Zybook login, then whatever you do here will not be transferred into Blackboard. So if you want some exercises that you want to do on your own, come here and do it. Otherwise, you want to come from Blackboard, which I have not assigned anything yet. Okay, so that's a little bit about the Zybook. But all you need to do for me for the next this week and next week is to show me that you actually have an access. The next assignment that I'm assigning you to do is to install a VirtualBox on your computer. Okay, so when you go into the lesson plan over here in Blackboard, under the instructional material, I've given you on how to install a VirtualBox. So if you click on this here, there's a file that comes up. It tells you exactly how to do it, right? So pretty straightforward. You may already have used Blackboard VirtualBox. You may have used other kinds of virtual machines. I don't really care which one you use. If you don't have a serious objection, I prefer you to use the VirtualBox, simply because I'm using it and I seem to have a good experience with VirtualBox, and it keeps everything consistent. But I do like the support that VirtualBox is providing. I like it better than VMware or some other other vendors. But anyway, so all you need to do is to download it and install it. Okay, you don't have to install any SQL servers or anything like that right now. All you need to do is to download and install the VirtualBox itself. So let me show that to you. Let me pull this out. You go to this website here. Let's see. Let me bring it over here and just say click here. And you can choose your host computer operating system, or Windows, OS, or Linux, or whatever you want to do. Any 6 series is fine. You don't have to get the latest and greatest. You can just get a 6.0, 6, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You download it, and then you just install them. So basically, all you're doing is going through the motions of accepting the default values. And here's some of the instructions on how to do that. I've already installed, and so here's the VirtualBox, and this is all you have to do. You don't have to install any operating system yet. We'll do that week number 3, but just install. Make sure that you have this one here. But if you want to go ahead and work ahead, basically we are installing Windows Server operating system 2008, and this is the configuration that I'm using. I'm giving a 4 GB base memory for the virtual machine. I'm giving 50 megs of the display, and I have a share folder that I'm using to pass back and forth between my host computer and the VirtualBox. So you know what? Since it's already installed, you just click on Start, and it'll start. But you don't have to do this part. I'm just saying, this is okay, right? Well, okay, this is fine. Maybe I will do this later, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, so that's all. Let me bring this back. So all you have to do is to take a screenshot of this, right? So go like this here. And then just put them on your Microsoft Word, and then save it and do the same thing. I'm not going to do this one, so let me bring up the lesson plan here. Okay, so here all you have to do is to just click here, and then go down and browse your files, look for that file that you saved using Microsoft Word, and then just upload it and then just submit. All right, so hopefully that's all you need to do. Let's see here. Okay, so let me kind of recap what we talked about here, and let's see. So I did talk to you about the Blackboard. I talked to you about the syllabus. I talked to you about the weekly assignments, or the lesson plan, I should say. So here's some assignments that I'm asking you to do. And then moving, I think I showed you also how to, I don't think I'm going to do this. So this is how to install the VirtualBox. So I'm going to take this out. Looking ahead for the week number 3 and 4, we are going to configure the VirtualBox, and we are going to install the operating system SQL Server in week number 3. So I'll probably post this up and make it available for you soon, so that you guys can work ahead if you like. But that's what's coming down the pipe. All right. So hopefully this will give you a good idea. Looking forward to working with you and receiving your work this week and next week. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and let's make it a great semester. This ends the recording, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.